Well, Coach, this is playoff football in Chicago. The cold, the wind, the snow, and these Bear fans wouldn't have it any other way here inside historic Soldier Field. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between the Seattle Seahawks and the Chicago Bears. The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
Right, move the team.
Hey, Mike.
No pass.
15. Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on.
Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second and 9, Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep. And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 49 yards. On first down, it's Gurley. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
Tighten up. Under crunch.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Hey, tighten down.
Check. Crunch.
No pass.
From the gun on third down, Wilson. And it'll be intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. No doubt, a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
180.
Right there, 54 Mike.
Bound to lose 1.
I got him, man. I got him.
Alert.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. 93 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This is taken at the 3. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34.
At their own 34-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
At the 30 32-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
0-0. Come on. Come on. Alert. 15. Mike, 15. I can't
From the shotgun, Wilson. It's complete. This is Todd Gurley. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
15's the mic. I got 15. Hey, I'm coming.
Check.
Hey, look, we're going to go Mike. Guys, Mike 15, all right?
On 3rd down, Wilson. He gets it to Gurley, complete. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 9-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go.
And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a 1st down for Chicago.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move, and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
And an alley to run. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen, 75 yards as the Bears push further out in front. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness, too, of just getting there and taking off and going? For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Bilal Nichols, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
3rd and 14.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they've rallied and made the tackle.
Now a hit and a loose football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
I got 15.
They run out of the shotgun with Gurley. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Wilson. Rolling to his left. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. The Seahawks on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Shift. Watch the edge. Kill.
66. Pull it.
Check 4.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. I don't think Gurley got there. Looks like the defense held him back. He needed 2. He got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard.
Jason Myers on for the field goal. A 45-yard attempt.
And it bangs off the left upright and deflects away. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So plenty of leg, but it's the accuracy there that lets him down.
Yeah, he hit it really well. I think this might have been good from 55. But you'll see it just conk off that upright, and they're denied a chance at 3 points.
Switch.
Here's a run on 1st down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 33-yard line.
Alert. I got you. X3.
This time, Trubisky will throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far as the Bears push further out in front. Now, he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Mike 15, guys. Mike 15.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it's a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
25. Mike 15. Mike 15.
Here we go.
Watch 15. Watch 15.
Let's put him on the...
Let's go.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Here's Trubisky. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Looking to throw, Trubisky on first down. He gets this complete to Shaheen, the tight end. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Here we go.
Trubisky to throw again. And he completes it to Cohen. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. And they're going to lose some on this play, being knocked back to the 18. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
180. Hey, watch the lane. They're coming.
That's complete right around the 8. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Mitchell Trubisky as the Bears push further out in front. Extra point splits the uprights, and a rout is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Wilson steps away to his left. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
All day. 15's the mic.
Play action. It's Wilson.
Check girl.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This will be taken at the 10. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so, and guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And how about this right out of the locker room, an onside kick attempt. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators. They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, Coach. We can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
Brings up 2nd and 11. At the
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
He goes to you, it's you. He comes to me, it's me.
They'll go again with Lindsey.
You don't want to see me.
He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Phillip Lindsay, 43 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead.
makes the score Bears 35, Seahawks nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Come on, Lance. We better now.
15. I smell fear in that offense. I smell fear in that offense.
Bang out. Bam.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Wilson, he lets it fly for Lockett. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Eddie Jackson picks it. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this Be Who You Are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're...
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Mitchell Trubisky keeping it himself from 5 yards out. And the Bears use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
We even out here. Let's go.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all...
He's got a man, complete. 33 yards that time. Now, look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in a cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf, 42 yards. And the Seahawks are able to get a score back.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Blue.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to fire this thing deep right side. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former Bear, Adrian Amos.
Well, so much of playing quarterback in the snow comes down to trying not to do too much. You've got to just keep telling yourself, throws downfield we've run every day in practice all year. But guess what? They suddenly become more difficult. And this one gets away from him and winds up an interception.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 11 yards there and a 1st down for Seattle.
14.
On 1st down, Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. It's a big play there for Seattle. 48 yards. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
19.
He was brought down by Von Miller. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Wilson. And that one's complete to Gurley. That 2nd down play nets a -4. Well, that last completion certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on 3rd. Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. Brings up 4th down. Solid coverage by the Bears D.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit third quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
Stay with your man.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
Hey, ball.
Kill.
Greystone, travel.
Hey, turn it up.
Shift.
On first down, right back to Lindsey. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
You got it. You
It
got
went
it.
right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
180. Hey, 18.
54.
Let's get this ball back for the offense.
They'll run on second down with Cohen. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 41.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Get up. 180.
Mike's 5-4. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Check 31.
They try again with Cohen. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen, his second touchdown of the afternoon as his guys continue to pour it on. Well, they were just hoping that run would pick up the first. They got the whole enchilada.
And I'm so used to teams on third down, doesn't matter how far they need for a first down, throwing the ball. Instead, they run it, and as you said, picked up the first down, and then some, and then some. In fact, everything, all the way for a touchdown. Terrific play.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. He's going to look deep for more. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Eddie Jackson picks it.
Sets up a first down and goal at the 2-yard line.
Suddenly, it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll run with Lindsey. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From back at the 4, here's second and goal.
Out. Hey, switch gears.
Topper.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check, check. Watch 54.
Alert, alert. Alert, alert.
Now it's Trubisky. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. Past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Let's go. Interception, baby.
This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
Let's go. Bring it.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough. So now they operate back from their side of the field here, second and long.
Check pass, check pass.
Trubisky gives to Cohen. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory.
Your trip is here, baby.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down. On third down, here's Lindsey. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a fourth down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
36 power.
Hey, look, we're going to go Mike 15, guys.
To throw again on second down, Wilson. The rushing numbers for Wilson may be down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
Good job right there. Good job right there.
Mike's 15.
On first and 10, it's Wilson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
On second and 10, Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
Right, fellas, right. Let's go.
Hey, 0, 0, 0. Front left, off.
Check Mike, check Mike.
Mike 15. Mike 15.
Pick it up.
Good.
Wilson now on third down. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And now here is another interception. Eddie Jackson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And give him now 4 interceptions in this game. That's only the third time this has been done since the year 2000.
I think that tells you how much better teams have gotten at throwing the football. If you go all the way back to 1960, 12 times before that, There have been guys who've gotten 4 interceptions or more in a game. I mean, most recently, since 2000, Delta O'Neal and D'Angelo Hall.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Second and 7 at the 15-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's second and 7.
Watch 54. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Another run by Lindsey. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears. On first and 10, it's Lindsey. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for Chicago. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
On first down, Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
On second down now, it's Cohen, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. First and second down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. Trubisky will throw. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
Good job, fellas.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. Now it's Lockett. Call that a 48-yard punt and made even better by a loss on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Bilal Nichols able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now Wilson looking middle, and that's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. 22 yards there, a first down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Watch 15. Watch 15.
To throw is Wilson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
Hey, look, we're going to go Mike 15, guys.
40.
Orbit. Ships, baby. Right, fellas, right. Let's go. Hey, Mike.
To throw is Wilson, operating from the gun.
Pick it up.
This complete to Lockett. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or 2 short, and it's 4th down. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
They're scared.
Good guys, 4 down.
Watch 15. Watch 15. Mike 15.
12.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And this is caught. He hits more. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left.
First down, Seattle.
Alert. Right.
Hey, look, we're going to go Mike 15, guys. Mike.
Go.
Oh, you got deep?
Right, fellas, right. Let's go. Hey, Mike's. Mike.
Now Wilson on first down. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports.